Oh, I have this. What is up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in. I gotta turn this overlay off, but we are joined today with the great Jimmy Christensen. But before we get into that, big shout out to Quick Trip sponsoring the show. Quick Trip is giving away free chicken for life. So every time you buy chicken, fried chicken over at Quick Trip, use your Quick Rewards app, and you can win chicken for life. That's 8-piece chicken once a week for the rest of your life. So until you die, bro. Like you will have arguments with your wife about this thing. You will get divorced and be fighting over this chicken. Like you can have the house, but I'm keeping the chicken. You know what I mean? We got Jimmy Christensen in this thing. So Jimmy,
Yeah.
That could be a problem. And we're happily married, right? But like, I've always wondered since they started giving away chicken for life. I was like, what if someone gets divorced? Now they're giving away like a lawnmower for the chicken. You know what I mean?
Non-negotiable. You have the house, that's fine. Take the car. I want the Quick Trip chicken for the rest of my life.
You know what I mean? We're snagging that chicken. But we got Jimmy Christensen over here from Game On Wisconsin. He does stuff with Pack-A-Day Podcast. He's all over the place talking football, pretend like he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Similar to me, except I'm only over here. But how you doing today, man?
Today was a roller coaster, man. It was just highs and lows all day long. So I'm still trying to grasp on some of the new players and some of the players that aren't on our team anymore. But it's been a day.
Yeah, dude, it has been a full on day. Like we're gonna talk about Aaron Jones being released. We're gonna go through this thing one at a time. We got some phone calls, we got some voicemails we're gonna respond to as well. I think is important. Like let everyone have a voice. You know what I mean? Because like we're idiots.
Yeah,
why not? Why not let smarter people chime in? But I do want to give a shout out to another sponsor of the show, NicoletLaw.com. I have Russell Nicolet. He'll be on the podcast this week. I'm probably going to release that thing like Wednesday. I've already done it. Nicolet Law, dude. Russell is killing it. You see the billboards. He's the best lawyer in Wisconsin. He's won all the awards. He talked to me about the Packers growing up in Green Bay. Russell Nicolet, absolutely. If you're making content in Wisconsin, you're probably sponsored by Nicolet Law. You know what I mean? But big shout out to Russell. He's a good guy. I had a nice chat with him. All right, so let's get into this thing. All right, we're gonna get some comments as well. Also, answer some calls. I know a lot of people have a lot of real feelings about what's going on over here. Like Ron says over here, it has been a crazy day. I was off today, I think sleeping in, chilling out. Next,
drinking.
I had to get a haircut. At some point, I got a haircut. I got check out my new hat, dude. Check out this hat first of all. I want to show you this, dude. Look at this. I got this at the pro shop. It's like a Lambeau Field type of hat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's almost like silk, bro.
I was gonna say it kind of looks silky.
Yeah, I had to get a haircut just to wear it because like my hair, I had a whole situation going on over there. A big shout out to everyone who's tuning in, whether you're live on Instagram. We're live on Instagram over here. 350 people are watching right now. That's not normal for me, so I appreciate fully everyone who's tuning in. We're gonna talk about some good stuff over here, but we are live on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and all the places. But let's get into this thing because I think this one happened yesterday, right? The Packers kind of announced they're letting go Devondre Campbell. I don't know if they announced it or if it just kind of broke because like that's just kind of how like the agents and everything works out. But Devondre Campbell, what do you think about him no longer being a Packer next season?
This one too, and I know we'll get to Bakhtiari eventually. This one kind of seemed inevitable just for the fact that he was going to make $10 million this year. And as much as his, 2021 season where he was an all-pro, like being the first all-pro for the Packers in like 50 years, 60 years, it was, you can't take that away from him. But for the price he had and the seasons after that, getting him on the field healthy was a challenge. So it sucks. Like these are the part of the business moves that are like, it's not his fault. He got hurt. He couldn't perform, but it's the NFL, man. So it stinks. It leaves a big question mark at the linebacker position because we have McDuffie and Quay Walker, both young guys. And I feel like Quay is the type of player that needs a veteran next to him because he's just a freak athlete that I think sometimes might run himself out of plays. So I don't know. It sucks to see him go, but I think it was the right move.
Yeah, I like Devondre Campbell, and I know that there was like some drama like at the end of last season, a lot of talking happening. I think everyone kind of knew that it was going to happen. Wish him well, like you said, all the things that you said. Me too.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
Hashtag me too.
But I assume that they're going to go heavy in the draft. They're going to try to find his replacement. I mean, I think with the 4-3, maybe he just didn't fit in or whatever. I think he's going to be all right. But like as much as everyone felt about that today, like everyone's like, all right, we got a lot more stuff to go on. All right, we got David Bakhtiari, like you mentioned, one of the best linemen in the history of the Packers. I don't know who that quote was. I just kind of copy and paste this off the internet. But the Packers announced David Bakhtiari isn't coming back. I know a lot of people are talking about David Bakhtiari like he's going to be a Jet. I'm not so sure he's going to be a Jet. I'm not so sure he wants to play on that field because he talks about that that field, like the turf. You know, when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, he talked about it. He's obviously talked about it a lot and his own injuries and like all the injuries that happen across the league when they're on turf. David Bakhtiari has an opinion on it. He does not like turf, so I think it'd be wild. That'd be like me going to start doing a podcast for the Bears. I feel like. You know, I talk all that trash and then all of a sudden, here I am, baby. So what are your thoughts about David Bakhtiari not being a Packer? And where do you think that he winds up?
Oh, I think, again, that's another one you knew it was going to happen just because the cap hit was so much. Barely played since he tore his ACL in 2020. It sucks to see him go because when he did play, even last 2 seasons ago, last year, that one game, he still played at a high level. So even with the bum knee, he was still a top left tackle in the NFL. The problem is you're paying $40 million for a not on the field left tackle. And Rasheed Walker, I think that's another thing too. If Rasheed Walker would have played all last year and was below average, I think they would have held on to this and just bit the bullet, restructured his contract. But he played well. He's serviceable. The draft is full of tackles. As to where he ends up, team-wise, it makes sense to the Jets. Like, Rodgers is there. Their O-line is god-awful.
It all makes sense except that field.
Except the turf, because he doesn't like playing on turf. I don't know if he's going to want to do it for eight weeks out of the year, 9 weeks possibly. So I'm sure if the money's right, he'll suck it up and do it. Other teams that need offensive line, Miami, their offensive line's always rough, but I'm pretty sure they have they just re-signed their left tackle. I don't really know. I don't know where he could end up, honestly. Broncos offensive line always stinks. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where Bakhtiari will end up, but if he goes to the Jets, like first of all, I don't care if he goes to the Jets. Like everyone's like, he's going to the Jets. Like I don't care, whatever. Jets can take everyone, but I just don't feel like he's gonna with that turf. I just don't feel like he does he feel like he can play and like not get hurt? Like if he feels like, well, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna get hurt again. Like my knees are already not doing so great. You know what I mean? Like I think he feels like he's just gonna getting it back. So if he goes to play over there, if he just knocks the thing out again, like I mean,
what about
obviously he's gonna get paid. The Cowboys?
Mike McCarthy down there. I know they're in the dome too. So, but I don't know. I feel they just cut Smith. I don't know if they'd want to replace a injured left tackle with another injured left tackle, but I don't know.
Maybe, you know what I mean? Like I have no idea. All right. Big shout out to everyone who's tuning in. We have 576 people watching right now.
576 disappointed people right now. Yeah, like Jimmy's on this.
But here we go. Packers side in Pro Bowl running back Josh Jacobs, a 4-year, $48 million deal. People are talking about like this is like a similar deal that Aaron Jones got, right? Yeah. We're gonna talk about Aaron Jones here in a minute, but like, how do you feel about Josh Jacobs? I mean, like obviously, like everyone was like super pumped because like, oh, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, you know, together, and then that was like what is like 36 minutes of happiness.
Not very long.
Dude, I was on my Facebook talking about it. People were like, what does this mean for Aaron Jones? Nothing. I was like, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, it's happening. Like people are like, do you have any real sources? I'm like, Ian Rappaport said it. He thinks it's going to be Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones. And then like, as I was typing that, sending it, I looked and people are, Aaron Jones just got released. Today was crazy. So I was like, all right, I was wrong. People are like, you were wrong. I'm like, yeah, I'm wrong a lot, bro. Like, what do I know? I have no sources. But Josh Jacobs, do you feel like he can, because he's like a younger version, I wouldn't say younger version of Aaron Jones, but he's younger than Aaron Jones. So they kind of gave him that same deal that they gave Aaron Jones a little bit ago. So I feel like they're thinking he can just pick up that same spot.
Yeah, and definitely a bigger body running back. He's coming off, 2022 was his led the NFL in rushing yards, was an all-pro. He has the talent. And 2 weeks, like, people want to give him a hard time. Last year wasn't a good year for him, but you were behind a horrible offensive line. You had Josh McDaniel as your head coach for a little bit, and that complete hot mess of a team. And he battled injuries. That happened. We had Aaron Jones this year battle injury. A lot of players did. I think him getting a fresh start is going to be big. This will be the best offensive line he's played around, and he's not going to be the bell cow he was for the Raiders. They were giving him he has more carries now than he does for Aaron Jones, and he's 3 years younger. Granted, Aaron Jones wasn't utilized as much as Packer fans wanted him to, but he's like, I think it's 300 something yard carries less than Jones right now, but his production is crazy, averaging over 4 yards a carry. Pair him up with a scat back, someone that's a little bit quicker and elusive. I know we have Emmanuel Wilson. We'll probably draft somebody, but Josh Jacobs, I think, is going to be really good for this offense. And no knock to A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon is going to be good for the next team he goes on. I think he needs a change of scenery, but Josh Jacobs showed he can be a 3-down back, and pair him up with a guy that is maybe just a receiving back. I think it's just going to help the offense.
So do you think that there's any shot that A.J. Dillon comes back because Aaron Jones is gone? Like I don't know how much A.J. Dillon people are flying to him or whatever, but like he knows the offense. Is there any chance that you think that they'll bring A.J. Dillon back?
I don't think so. I think I think their priority was bringing back AJ or Aaron Jones, and they just kind of already had in mind that AJ Dillon was leaving. And I think Jacobs kind of being that bigger running back takes a lot of that workload. I don't think they'll pair a big back and big back in the backfield.
Oh yeah, because they're the same type of
but I'm also, like we've established, dumb with no sources, so it's just a guess.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, what do we know? You know what I mean? So the Aaron Jones has been officially released by the Packers. I want to tell a story real quick about Aaron Jones. All right, so I was a guest by Preston Smith at training camp to come in like the family area and watch practice, right? And like all the wives are over there, they got kids running around. It was like a good time. And like after the practice, like Aaron Jones, some of the players started popping up. You know what I mean? Preston came back, introduced me to his baby and his wife and all that. And but Aaron Jones, like I saw him and he like all these people around him, and I was just like, man, I would love to talk to Aaron Jones. I would love to say hi to Aaron Jones, you know. But I was like, I don't want to bother him. He had a lot of group of people by him. They're taking pictures. They're doing all the things. He's like meeting the cousins or whatever, all types of family and friends. And but then he saw me, he like pointed right at me. He's like, yo, and he walked right up to me and he's like, bro, I love your IG, like Instagram. And he was just like the coolest guy. And like that's like everyone says about Aaron Jones, like he treats everyone the same. Like no one's like I was stoked to like see him and meet him, and he came up to me. It's just crazy. I think Aaron Jones is like such a good dude, such a good human, such a good player. It is a business, like that's what football is. But I feel bad about it is that like he took a pay cut. You know what I mean? He took a pay cut, like he did his part, and then this season that they just cut him. Like I'm not like mad where I'm like Gooch should be fired, they should fire everyone, whatever. But I'm not gonna say like I like this move. Like I get it because like I get it like to a certain degree about money and like they're giving, a younger guy money and they think that it'll be better. But like, I feel like Aaron Jones was like so much of this team last year. Big leadership, Jaden Reed, a lot of these young guys looked up to him. They made it vocal that they looked up to him before he was released. You just hate to see it, but like it is a business and it is like filthy. Yeah, like what you did today, like you give a pay cut today, we'll cut you tomorrow. And that's why, like some players, like they don't want to get pay cuts, and I'll blame them. And I'm not trashing Goody because I'm all in on the front office. I feel like that, like I ride with them. But like this is a rough one. Aaron Jones, I think is like they said, he's like the heartbeat of this offense. Like he is what this offense. I think everything that the offense did last year, not everything, but a lot of it went through Aaron Jones. Even when he probably wasn't even playing, he was like hyping him up in the practice. He was hyping in the locker room. He was a big time leader, but that's just kind of how the game goes. But what are your thoughts on that? Have you ever got to meet Aaron Jones?
I'd never met him in person. I had him on a show one time.
Oh yeah. I remember that Jamal Williams show.
Yeah. And he was awesome to talk to. He was great, but I have not been this upset at a release in a long time. I don't know. This one was just different. Like you said, he took pay cuts to be on the team. And we saw last year the offense was just different with him. We were not in the playoffs at the end of the year. We don't win that Cowboys game if we don't have Aaron Jones running the way he did and just the threat of Aaron Jones being on that field. And I know it's a business and it would be a horrible business move. I understand that. But at the same time, when you have someone that's been the heart and soul of that team, he's been the leader. Everyone on the team looks up to him. He's taken pay cuts to save the team. At some point, you're 29 going to your 30 at the running back position. Bite the bullet a little, like how he scratched your back, scratches. Just give him the contract, let him retire a Packer. I understand looking long term, and this is 100% emotional, not logic into the how you run an NFL team. I know that, but there's just that part of us is that human side of it, and I know you can't have that. You're not going to be a good general manager if you don't piss off fans here and there because you have to make those tough decisions. It happens, but this one sucks because it's the leadership thing too. Because now you saw that clip's going around online again today when Dontavian Wicks fumbled and he's walking with his head off. He runs right to him and literally physically picks up his head. So like, tell him like, it's fine. It happens. Move on. But
yeah, like literally, because I posted that. It was one of my most viral clips that I posted, I think on Facebook, wherever I posted it. He like literally picks his head up. I'm like, bro, keep your head up. You know what I mean? But let's keep it moving.
And so it's just, now we're going to have to rely. And Jordan Love stepped up a lot in his first year as a starter. But this is another thing. There's going to be so much on him now he is the leader of that team. Not that he wasn't last year, the quarterback, you're the leader. But with Jones gone, it's on Jordan Love. Jordan Love, Elton Jenkins, and Jacobs as much as he can in his first year on a new team. I know he's a veteran, but you saw with Packer players, like this is the first time with the release that you saw multiple players tweet out like not 33, not AJ. It was like Rasheed Walker, Jaden Reed, Eric Stokes tweeted something out. And you don't get that reaction a lot on Twitter from players.
Dude, people are mentioning a lot of different players, like comparing it, but I don't feel like there is any. Like I get Jordy, but like Aaron Jones was this team. Like when Jordy was released, he wasn't the whole team. And I love Jordy Nelson. I think he's one of the greatest ever. But like Aaron Jones like was this team last year. Like not taking anything away from Jordan Love, but his first year starting all through the last off season going into last year. That's what I said. Aaron Jones is going to like lift this team a little bit. And like when Jordan Love being a younger, not, veteran player, he's got someone behind him to be like, kind of motivate him, not like give him like tips, like, and not like Aaron Jones is like, hey, throw it to Watson. I'm not saying like he's doing that, but he's kind of like just a guy who's seen some stuff and kind of is there to like kind of edge him along a little bit. And it sucks, but like that's the business. It's a crappy business. But like Josh Jacobs said, right? Josh Jacobs said this. He said about loyalty, about like when a player doesn't want to take a pay cut or doesn't want to take this deal, everyone says, well, what about the loyalty? These players ain't loyal, this and that. But then the teams can just release you like nothing, and no one's talking about loyalty then. You know what I mean? And like I say, I'm not dragging the Packers. They did what they thought was best, and it might be, but like we'll wait and see like if it was best. But like Aaron Jones is a fan favorite. He's a good dude. He's a good human. That's the thing. Like with me, it's not just a good player. Obviously, he's a great player, but Aaron Jones is such a good human. Yeah. He's such a good dude. He's so like no one has ever told a story that ended with like Aaron Jones looking bad. Like I met Aaron Jones and it was horrible. Yeah. No one's ever said that.
He flipped me off. Yeah. Where do you think he goes? That's the question. Where does Aaron Jones go?
I think Dallas or Texas.
Yeah.
That's where his people are, right? He plays great in Dallas. If I'm Dallas, I'm going hard for Aaron Jones. Like he beats us every time. He plays very well in this stadium.
He'll be an MVP
play here 8 weeks a year.
Yeah, he plays there 8 weeks. MVP. I would love to see him in the Texans. Put him with CJ Stroud in that young offense that was crazy good this year. It was put in the chat a couple times too. That would be cool to see.
That is where I think he's going to go is Dallas or Texas in that state. Yeah, for sure. Texans, I think, makes more sense. Young quarterback, get him a veteran running back. Plus, I don't think I would never advise anyone to go play for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I know, but McCarthy. It would be funny though. After all this, he goes back to McCarthy.
he goes back to McCarthy, right? But McCarthy didn't want to run him in his younger days, right?
Yeah.
Like Aaron Jones was like 5 yards to carry. McCarthy's like, I don't care. We're throwing it. Get out of here.
Yeah.
He can
Not
be
today,
back
Aaron.
there, but he's going to be blocking. That's what he's going to do. You know what I mean? So does he want to go there? All right. So now we got the big safety news, right? Packers signed in safety Xavier McKinney to 4 years, $68 million deal. This is the number one safety on the market, right? The one that a lot of guys were talking about. Like, I don't know every player of every team, so I'm not going to act like I do, but he's a big-time player. Everyone's excited to have him. I think the Packers safety was a huge need. First of all, big shout. 781 people watching this right now. Woo! I appreciate y'all. But what are your thoughts on the Packers' new safety? What does this do for the Packers defense, dude? I'm jacked up about this. You know that there were sacrifices to get him, obviously. But what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, this is a huge signing, the biggest one since we brought the Smith brothers in 2020. The best part too is we spent a lot of money on the guy, but he's only 25, so it fits the youth movement that we have. He's pairing up with his coach down in Alabama when he was there, so there's familiarity. From everything that I've read too, PFF highest graded safety when he's playing at that free safety position. So it was our weak spot last year. We still, and it's not a strength yet. Like, he is definitely an upgrade. We still have a lot of room for improvement in the safety room, but having him back there now, Jair hopefully healthy this season, Stokes getting healthy, Valentine showed a lot of promise last year, and this defensive line was completely a huge strength to this team with Smith, Gary, Kenny Clark, Van Ness taking a step next year, Carl Brooks. Like, this defense now, figuring out that safety room, getting one more guy in there, where it's a draft, or if we have the money we have left, bringing in another safety, man, this defense, and I know we've had excitement the last few years, but we finally have a new defensive coordinator, someone that likes to be aggressive. This could be a really good defense, and my expectations are irrationally high. It's a top 10 defense. I don't care.
Dude, top 5, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Top 5.
You convinced me. That's all you had to say. Top 5 defense.
Top 5 defense. Maybe top 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah, best ever.
Dude, I'm excited about the defense. This Aaron Jones situation kind of like put a little bad taste in my mouth because but I'll get over it. I'll move on. But I am excited about the defense. I talked to Kenny Clark. For anyone who hasn't listened to that, Kenny Clark podcast is on my everywhere that you listen to my podcast. But Kenny Clark, he's excited about the 4-3. But he said, he goes, I can play in anything. Yeah. I was like, are you excited about 4-3? He's like, I will play in anything. I don't care what numbers you call it. You know what I mean? But
he's volunteering to play safety too. He goes, guys, you don't need to get anyone. I'll play there.
Yeah, Preston can play corner. I can play safety. You know what I mean? You know, Darnell Savage, he's off to the Jaguars. John Runyon to the Giants. So Packers got like some spots, but yeah, obviously Darnell Savage's hole has been filled. I don't know why I said it that way. But yeah, the Packers are making a lot of moves on this day. You know what I mean? But so what we're gonna take some calls. All right, we got some voicemails geared up here. But anything else you want to say about today before we get into these calls?
You put
829 people, 800 like 30 people are watching live right now, bro. What is up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow if you're on Facebook, like, share, all the stuff. But anyways, like anything else you got, Jimmy, before we crack into these calls?
No, man, not too. I was surprised. John Runyon, good right guard. There was rumors that we could get him back at a cheap price. Dude got $30 million from the Giants. And to get your money, I'm happy for you.
Dude, that is what I'm saying.
But I did not see that coming. Good for him. Take your $30 million, dude. But now we have a whole right guard that we need to fill. But that, good for him. I did not see what Darnell Savage got, but he got a 3-year deal. So at least he has some, it's not like a 1-year prove it thing. He has some money coming in for a bit, but yeah, good for them. Sucks to see him, even if whatever. It still kind of sucks to see Packers leave just because you're a fan of them for however long they're on the team.
And that's the thing that's the thing that people don't understand is that like fan is short for fanatic. So like when people are like dwelling about Aaron Jones and like going on and on, like I love this guy and like I I don't want him to go and like this and that. And people are like, it's a business. Like, dude, calm down, Billy. All right. Like we're Packer fans. Like we're just fans. Fan is short for fanatic. So some people get a little emotional when their favorite player leaves. A guy that they like, that guy that they've been rooting for. Now he's just gone. It's not like your job, like there's so many people in my job. If they were gone the next day, I wouldn't even notice. But like on my favorite team, I notice and I care and I get it that it's a business. I'm not going to like say fire everybody, but like I got some feelings about it. People are like, you need to calm down. Like, shut up. All right? Packer fan, like fans of a team get a little emotional. That's why they call it fanatic, because we're crazy. We're stupid. But Aaron Jones is going to go somewhere next season. He's going to make a lot of money, and I hope he does. I hope he makes so much money. I hope he makes all the money, whether the Texans or Dallas, because I think he's going to be in that state, unless someone gives him like a great deal, and it's like probably close by, because like that's where his family is, and that's where I would go if I was him. But it sucks, dude. I don't like it at all. I love Aaron Jones. I think Aaron Jones is such a good human. I don't think that there's many like Aaron Jones. I really don't. Yeah. Like, he's just a very good person. And that's just what I think about that. We're going to get some calls here, and a lot of people are going to be talking about Aaron Jones. I don't know how many calls, but we'll see how many we can get to here. But let's get into the first one, Jimmy. Are you ready? Let me know how the audio is on the call, so that this is like one of the first times they're doing it this way. The big show, 830 people listening, watching right now. Big shout out to everyone tuning in. Here we go. Let's get to this call.
Man, what's going on, man? I'm a big fan, man. I watch your live and everything, check you out, man. And I appreciate everything you do, man, for Packer Nation. Man, thank you so much, man. You truly a great fan, a truly a great person. Thank you, man. I admire you so much. But look, man, go Pack, go. I ain't gonna stay long. Look, diehard Green Bay fan, 33 years old, Florence, South Carolina, man. I just want to say, hey, man, the signers are real good. I'm excited about the signers. Aaron Jones, maybe gonna miss some, man. Wish that we could have got something worked out. Still, man, I think something might happen, but other than that, man, I'm still blessed, man. Such a great humble dude wherever he goes to. I'm gonna still root for him, man. But it's still green and gold, man. But the two guys we got, man, I think Jacob's gonna be a good running back for us in the backfield, and I see McKinney come and do his thing in the secondary, give us an extra boost. This is gonna be the year, man. I feel good. It's gonna be a special year, for the Super Bowl and all our fans, man. Man, like I say, go Pack, go, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Man,
that's what it is.
Is like, fan, man.
All right. I think I got this on loop. All right, we got to stop it. All right, no, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, can Josh Jacobs take the spot of Aaron Jones? Because Aaron Jones does a lot. Like, obviously leadership, and I don't think you can expect Josh Jacobs to come in and like take the leadership role. Like someone who's been there, he's new himself. I'm sure he'll get equipped to it and be kind of that leader type guy. But like, can Josh Jacobs take over that spot?
I think he can. I don't think the Packers, like I mentioned before, with the tread on his tires already, the amount of carries he had, this is going to be the first time where he's in a backfield where I really think he's going to have, I'm not going to say 50-50 on the carries. You don't give a guy that much money and then only run him 50% of the time, but actually having more of a split backfield, getting him in there a little fresher legs, better offensive line. Like, I think, he's definitely poised to have, I don't want to say the same season he had in 2022 because that was insane. It was like 1,600 yards.
Let's say it. Let's say it, bro.
1,700. He's been it all pro MVP. Now I think this is gonna be one of his better seasons. He'll be more efficient. I definitely think he's a 1,000-yard rusher for sure. This and the scheme that Matt LaFleur is gonna put in there. No offense to the other coaches for the Raiders. I love Antonio Pierce. I think he's gonna be a fun head coach. Josh McDaniel, not a good head coach. They were going through a roulette of offensive coordinators, different coaches. He's finally going into a team that has an offensive-minded head coach who's proven to get people, have them be efficient, whether it's – we've seen Patrick Taylor, not a knock to him, but he was a third-string running back come in and have valuable carries. Emmanuel Wilson's has had valuable carries. Granted, a lot of that in the preseason, but we saw in the regular season too. You can have some splashes. Put somebody in there with the talent of Josh Jacobs. Again, it sucks to see Aaron Jones go because of all the things just off the field as well. But we have a younger running back who is extremely athletic. The team got better. So especially for the future wise, the team got better, and that's all you can ask for. Super Bowl windows open. And we're making Super Bowl moves.
Like, Goody is like playing Madden with no heart. You ever go to like another team, you play Madden, right? and you go to another team you don't care about, you start cutting fools because like you have no relationship. You don't care about this man. Who is this guy? I never even heard of him. Cut, gone. That's kind of like what Goody is doing. I love me some Aaron Jones. All right, let's get the voicemail number 2 over here.
How's it going? This is Tristan Wentz from
What is
UWGB.
up, Tristan? UWGB, we got a college person.
The question is, what do you think we're drafting now? I mean, now that we just signed a safety, a pretty top tier safety, and we got another running back. And, a lot of people are thinking, maybe we still need to bulk up that secondary, and others believe O-line. And to touch off on that, cutting Aaron Jones, it really sucks. We love Aaron Jones. One of the greatest Packers of all time, I got to say. But if you think about it, it might not be the most horrible thing in the world. Now, unfortunately, it sucks, but it's true. Running backs are the most easily replaceable position in the NFL. It's without a doubt. They are very underpaid, and they're very easily replaced. Derrick Henry just got his job taken away by a third-round running back in Tajay Spears. With the talent in this draft class, do you think that we should snag a running back from them to complement Josh Jacobs? Personally, I think, like I said before, it's hard to lose Aaron Jones, but when you have a good, pretty talented draft class, with running backs in here, I think I could see the Packers drafting one of these guys. Whether that be Braylon Allen, Blake Corum. There's options, and you know what? I really like this Josh Jacobs signing. I think it could be really good, and I think we could see a lot of Packer fans really liking this deal. How's it going?
Yeah,
This is Tristan Wentz from.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, as far as like, I think Josh Jacobs is a good running back. Like a lot of people are gonna have type of feelings because he's like taking over like Aaron Jones. Like you ever like have a guy at your job leave like he's your best good pal. He leaves no matter who the other guy is. He's like, "Hi, I'm Billy." And go to hell, Billy.
You really don't like Billy.
I liked Mike. Mike was my guy. We went on break together. Me and you will never go on break together, Billy. You know what I mean? So like, I get that, but like, I could see the Packers draft, a running back. I think that it'd be the odds of them not draft running back is like 0. Yeah. But where do they draft him, and does he matter? Because they got what's his face over there. They got other running backs besides Aaron Jones, besides AJ Dillon. Like you think AJ Dillon won't be back? Yeah. So what do you think the running back room looks like next season? Do you think that they got a draft running back that's actually getting playing time, or do you think that they just draft one like at the end and like he's going to be a practice squad kind of at the bottom of the depth chart kind of guy?
I think they're definitely going to draft a running back. How early, I think, is going to show how much they trust in like Emmanuel Wilson. I think he's definitely gonna have a bigger role on the team next year. But if they draft one in the second round, you can see Emmanuel Wilson's going to be at that running back number 3 spot. If they wait till the 6th, 7th, 5th round, you could see Emmanuel Wilson fighting for that number 2 spot. So I think they for sure draft one. Where they draft it kind of tells us where priority goes on that. And I think Tristan answered his own question where he asked like where we're gonna draft. He named it. Offensive line. We have holes at tackle. We have holes at guard. We got to fill them. Whether Walker's the starter next year, we still need backups. Nijman's gone. Secondary for sure. Hopefully we get a slot corner, like a designated slot corner, unless we want to move Jair there. There's still a lot of questions there. Again, safety we need. I think we'll go to a veteran for linebacker personally, but again, dumb idiot, so I don't know. But I think for sure the priorities are going to be offensive line, secondary, and we'll get a running back here or there.
Yeah, dude, I love that. And we're at 899 people. Let's see if we can get 900 people watching this. Oh, 901, baby. We have 900 people watching this show right now. What is going on? I don't think I've ever had 900 people watching my show all at the same time. Usually it takes like 2 weeks. But
same way.
Shout out to everyone watch. We're going to try to keep this thing going. So here we go. Voicemail number 3 we're on, right?
Hey, Matt, it's your buddy Steve from Janesville.
What is up,
hey,
Steve?
Today, quite a mix-up in the land of Green Bay, I would say.
Yeah.
Pretty excited about the addition on defense, obviously, with Xavier, but that's going to be really cool. But, losing Aaron Jones, it's going to be tough, but, we've been around long enough to understand this is a business. And the way I see it, he was a great player for us, and yes, I would love to have him on the team, but, the guy took a pay cut last year to stay on the team, and it just seemed like they were asking him to take a pay cut again, basically, and I don't know. You can only take a pay cut so much, and I mean, he's getting up in age. He's going to have to look at, getting
his money.
He still can, so. And I understand it's a business, it's going to happen. But, hey, bottom line is he gave us some great years. He was fun to watch. He was great for the community, great for the team. I wish him luck wherever he's going, and just to let him know he'll always be a Packer. And I'm sure your thoughts would be the same. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, so
hey, Matt,
that's
I
got this loops. But that's the thing, like it is a business, but it still hurts a little bit, you know what I mean? And I feel like with Aaron Jones taking the pay cuts, how many pay cuts can he take? Like I assume they came in and either said we want you to take a pay cut, or they didn't want to insult him and say we're not going to ask you taking our pay cut. Because like, dude, at the end of the day, like he is going to be 30 years old. When everyone's talking about, hey, well, Aaron Jones is going to be 30 years old. That's why they did this and that. Well, at the same time, that's why he needs his money, because he's coming to the end of those big paychecks, unless he goes and do great things after football. But as far as football is concerned, like he did the right thing. He did what you're supposed to do, what fans want you to do, what everyone wants you to do. Take the less money to play for the team. He didn't have to do that. Like a lot of guys take pay cuts because they're like, all right, if I don't take a pay cut, I'm gonna go to free agency, and like I'm probably not gonna get that there. There's like calculations that go on. But with Aaron Jones, like he was gonna get that money. He could have got that somewhere else, but he liked Green Bay, and he did us a solid. And so like that is what I don't love a whole bunch, is like kind of how I wouldn't say how they did them, because it is a business and all that stuff, but like I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I know, I'm with you. And like you said, he did it. He did us solids. Now he needs to get theoretically his last big contract.
And I hope he does. Texas or wherever he goes, give him all the money.
Yeah.
Dude, Aaron Jones, no one deserves money more than Aaron Jones besides me. You know what I mean? Because
you, Aaron Jones, me.
I am also a good guy. You know what I mean? No talent, but anyways, let's get into the next one over
Matt,
here.
This is a call. I'm from Crandon.
What's
I
up?
wanted to weigh in on the Aaron Jones thing this afternoon. That was quite a surprise to see him be released, and then us to sign Josh Jacobs. I'm just wondering, I guess my question is, how do you feel that Josh Jacobs is going to fit for our run team? And then who do you feel is the best fit behind him? Because, I mean, obviously you can hear all the things that are being said, like that A.J. Dillon's not being re-signed. So I'm wondering, like, that's my question. But then also, man, it's crazy to see Aaron Jones go. That's going to be a pretty tough one to see him on somebody else's team, because there's no way that somebody won't pick him up. He's too good of a back, and he's going to have a monster year next year. I thought he was going to have one with the Packers, but apparently that is not clear.
That is not the case.
It's crazy. But yeah, thanks for my time.
I appreciate your time, bro. Go Pack, go. You know what I mean? That was a great call. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. That one was a 2-call one. Called the first time at the end. He was like, F it. Don't even play this one. Which I love. I
respect
that.
I respect it.
I called Jim Rome's show one time, like so many years ago before I was podcasting. And then I got on, because you don't get on. You don't get like on live radio. There's like a producer or whatever. And they're like, what do you want to talk about? I'm like, I just hung up. But anyways,
I would have done the same thing.
That was a great call. What do you think? Josh Jacobs, like an Aaron Jones-less offense looks like. Does it look different? They're going to ask Josh Jacobs to do the same type of stuff Aaron Jones does. And who's going to be the backup? I think we talked about this on that last one, but like, who do you think is going to be the backup? Who is number 2 at the running back come week 1?
Right now, I would say Emmanuel Wilson. I think they like him. I don't think they do this move if they
Dude,
didn't.
930 people watching right now. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. I'm just
No,
letting
you're
you
good.
know.
I gotta shout out Todd Varney real quick. He texted me Matt Schneidman's tweet. Excuse me.
What did it say?
The Packers wanted Aaron Jones to take at least 50% pay cut entering the final year of his deal.
See, and that
and now he's drawing a lot of interest from, and I know I saw it in the chat too, but Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's the thing. And then I'll say this. I love the Packers. I love Goody. I love Matt LaFleur. I love this whole front office. I'm not going to drag them. But, like, asking Aaron Jones to take 50% pay cut is just bullcrap. To me, like, at this moment, like how I'm thinking right now, it's just bullcrap. Because Aaron Jones did take a pay cut. And then Aaron Jones last season was kind of like the whole leadership. Did a lot, like going to the Packers, like getting to the playoffs. You know, obviously he was hurt. He had some stuff. But, like, Aaron Jones has been, like, you look at Jaden Reed, look at a lot of these players that they looked up to him. And they were like, they were trying to impress him. They were trying to play for him. And they didn't take nothing away from Jordan Love, but Aaron Jones was that veteran dude on the offense. And I feel like, dude, you can't, you know, I'm not about like casting stones and saying Goot, because I trust Goot, like what he's doing, but I can't get with this Aaron Jones release and like ask him to take 50%. Like, I think that is like disrespectful. But like, I get that it's the game, it's the league, it's what it is. But like, I feel like when guys do stuff, like they step out and like they show their loyalty. I think you got to show their loyalty back. And I feel like Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones could have been a miraculous thing with David Bakhtiari not being there. I feel like they had that money that they could have made that happen. But like, I feel like sometimes, you know, don't disrespect dudes who like have been like they did it. And like, I don't know, I could be an idiot even thinking this, but like, I just feel like Aaron Jones has done enough for this team, for this city, for like Aaron Jones is that dude. Like, I feel like ask him to take 50% pay cut. I don't know if that's true, like if they asked him to, but like that is just astronomically stupid to me. Like, you're better off just saying, hey, we can't afford you. You're worth, you know, all that. We're just going to try to do something different. But like asking Aaron Jones to take a pay cut over and over and over again, I feel like it's like when you're Mr. Nice Guy, and then people just try to see how nice you can be, take advantage. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to trash the organization because I love the Packers. I love Goody. I love the game plan they got. They got themselves a new safety. I feel like this team is on the rise. Jordan Love is going to do his thing. This offense, I feel like, is going to be great. This defense is shaping up. But also, don't love how the whole Aaron Jones thing is going down. You know what I mean?
How do you think that looks though for like other? Obviously, it didn't affect McKinney and Josh Jacobs coming here, but like some of the players even on the team now, and we already heard rumblings from a former quarterback how they didn't really like how players were treated on their way out. Do you think situations like this and rumblings we had before would affect players wanting to come to the Packers?
I don't think so, because it's like on the way out type of situation. A lot of them, it's like drafted players, right?
Yeah.
It's like players they drafted. So people are going to be like, I'm not playing there because I heard that they traded Jordy Nelson bad or whatever, Aaron Jones or whatever. I'm not sure that they're treating them bad. Like, personally, like they're like being a douchebag to them. But like, like if you give a pay cut, I feel like there should be some type of like, like you get pulled over by a cop, you tell the truth, you expect a little leeway. You know what I mean?
Leeway, yeah. Not as much of a ticket.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get into that, but I'm just saying, it's like you expect a little bit of leeway, a little bit of, you took a pay cut, but this business is brutal. You know what I mean? And
it is, man.
I love the Packers, and I think that they're on the right path, but I'm not sure I can get behind this Aaron Jones thing. We'll see like what happens going forward. Like, was it a big mistake? We're gonna find out. And I know nobody will forget.
No.
They still don't forget passing on TJ Watt. We ain't forgetting.
For real, I kind of feel bad for Josh Jacobs in this situation, because there's some fans that just don't like him. He hasn't done anything
like
wrong,
no matter what,
anti Josh Jacobs. It's like, dude, let's give him some time. He'll be all right. But
he'll run back like a 98-yard, like he'll take a handoff 98 yards in the house. Yeah, Aaron Jones would have done it quicker.
Yeah, he would have done 99.
You know what I mean? All right, let's get to another voicemail over here. I think we're on number 5. Wasn't that 4?
Matt, this is Cole. I'm from Credit.
Wasn't that the one we just heard?
Yes.
I think it was. Here we go.
Hey,
Let's go on to
Raymond.
6.
This is Kendra.
What is
Lawson
up?
from Facebook, aka
There we go.
#PackerGirl66. And I just wanted to
represent.
say that today is such a disappointing day that the Packers let Aaron Jones go. I realize he's, up in age. However, Aaron Jones is a leader. He's committed to the Packers, and he also has taken a pay cut twice. Why does this man have to keep taking a pay cut or discounting himself in order for the Packers to realize his value? Had it not been for Aaron Jones this past season, the Packers would not have made it as far as they did. Period. I'm so disappointed, and I'm so I'm hurt by it. And I just feel like Aaron Jones was not the dude to do that too. He was too good to Green Bay, and they didn't appreciate him. Thank you so much, and have an awesome day. And I'll check your show later. Thanks. Bye.
I appreciate that call. That was a great and fantastic call. And I agree. Like, Aaron Jones is a good dude. I don't think they're out to, like, hurt him. I don't think that they're out to, like, do him wrong. They're just doing what they think is best for the team. And it doesn't sit well with some fans. You know what I mean? Like,
they're not emotional like we are. But like you said
before,
that's
the thing, because we are very emotional. That's what being a Packer fan is, or like being a fan at all, is a fanatic. You get, loyalty to dudes like Preston Smith. Like a dude that if they ever, like, people are like, they're going to cut Preston Smith, I'm like, you shut your mouth. You know what I mean? Like, I will cuss you out, even like suggesting that. You know what I mean? Like Kenny Clark too is the same. A favorite of mine. Aaron Jones was that guy. Like, dude, we're an emotional bunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are. That's what fans are supposed to be. And like people who act like they're not, they're like, well, it's a business. Like, all right, Jimmy. All right, you're Jimmy. All right, Frankie. Your name is one of my random names I use when I talk to people. We're like, whatever, Billy. Let's go back to Billy.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, like, I'm glad you have it all together in your life. All right. But over here, we live and breathe about the Packers. And when they cut one of our favorite people, like David Bakhtiari, too. Like, I get the David Bakhtiari thing with the injuries and all that. I wish him well. It's not the same as the Aaron Jones thing. But, like, I have some feelings about it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not like condemning people, like firing everyone, not going out to Lambeau Field. Like when HaHa Clan Dix got traded, I went to Lambeau Field, made a video yelling at the stadium from inside my truck. I wasn't getting too crazy, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a passionate dude. You know what I mean? Let's get to another voicemail over here, Jimmy.
Yeah, Matt, this is Quentin Wade.
What's up?
How you think we're going to do this year when it comes to the Josh Jacobs situation? With us not having Aaron Jones no more. Aaron Jones was a big part of our offense when Jordan Love couldn't step up and be that for us at the moment. Jordan Love. Yeah, Matt, Quentin Wade.
They get cut off. But yeah, I think we already answered this one. But like, yeah, Aaron Jones out, Josh Jacobs in. Like a lot of people saying like Josh Jacobs doesn't catch as good as Aaron Jones, like out of the backfield, and like he's not as good. That's not his skill set. I don't know if that's true or not, but I expect him to like try to play Josh Jacobs, not the same way, because like you're not gonna be like every player's the same, like he's a starter. That's what you do. Like he has different skill sets. Whoever, if it's Manuel Wilson, whoever's in this number 2 spot, if they need to do those Aaron Jones type of things, that Josh Jacobs, they don't think that he can. They'll bring someone else in. But yeah,
I still think we're still a playoff team. We still have the Super Bowl window open. Josh Jacobs.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, Jimmy.
Super Bowl or bust.
Packers are going to the Super Bowl. All right, Jimmy?
I agree.
All right, they're going to the Super Bowl. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. And when they do, when the Packers go to the Super Bowl, they need to ship Aaron Jones a ring. No matter where he's playing, Aaron Jones, here's your ring. I don't care if a player has to give them theirs.
I don't know about all that, but they can give him an extra one, I guess.
No, they give me. I just wanted to be dramatic.
Throw that right in the trash. I don't want this.
No, I always give it to Aaron Jones. It'd be like a guy who's never even met him before. Like, yeah, I heard you were a big deal over here. No, but I definitely think that the Packers are going to Super Bowl. I want to get to this one last voicemail. I had to cut it off at the end because this lady is a passionate Packer fan, and at the end she gets wild. So I have to cut it off before she starts cussing. But 950 people watching this right now live, bro. I love that. Dude, ain't nobody who ever watched. No, 950 people have never watched this show. All right, here we go, Jimmy. Let's get one more.
Courtney, I'm from Wisconsin.
What's up, Courtney?
And I think that what you should talk most about today is how the Packers GM is a literal bum for releasing.
She cleaned it up at
we
first.
We all know that he's the heart and soul of the offense of the Green Bay Packers. A lot of people don't think I know a lot about football because I'm a girl, but I'm 100% invested, and this has quite literally rocked the Packers nation. And I think to make this kind of move after signing Josh Jacobs is kind of a slap in the face to Aaron Jones and everything that he's done as a Green Bay Packer, and he really deserves better. I mean, to take a pay cut a couple times as a Packer and then to be asked to reconstruct his contract again after everything that he did this past season, especially in the playoffs against Dallas, it just kind of says a lot about the Packers management and how they don't care about the core players of the team. And it's just sad that it has to work out this way and that they couldn't find a way to keep him without reconstructing his contract. And I think it's honestly going to go down.
All right, she started cussing a lot right there when she said honestly.
All right,
we have and I appreciate that. I do appreciate, like, because basically, like, what she's saying is the Packers disrespect to Aaron Jones, and like she goes on to say like they're trash and they should be fired. And like I don't know if she said that they should be fired, but she was not happy with Aaron Jones' situation. And I get that. That is like how a lot of fans feel.
Yeah.
About like
we gotta. I think it's Goody should not be fired. Definitely not a bum.
Oh no.
Yeah. I know.
I don't think they would
say that.
But like people, I don't even think she thinks that. Because shout out to Courtney, great call. She's passionate. You know, she's down. Especially today, people are gonna a little excited or whatever. But I think she's a great fan. Just like everyone has. We're all great fans out here. Some are upset, but like there's some things to be upset about. Aaron Jones gone. We got a new safety, big time safety. What I want to ask you, Jimmy, about?
Yeah.
Who are some, like, Rudy Ford still out there?
Yeah.
Is Rudy Ford maybe a Packer next season because he's a good guy and I like him?
I could see them bringing back in it depends what they like in the draft. If they think they can bring somebody in, pair them up with McKinney. Also, what they think they have in Anthony Johnson. Like this is a part of the time where anything you say draft wise or just who they're going to bring in, it's all speculation. It always is, but even right now, it depends what they have in Anthony Johnson. And again, I hate to shout out Todd twice in the thing, but he put in the chat, the Packers are better now than when he woke up, and that's 100% true. Taking away the emotional stuff out of it, Goody made the right decisions today. Jacobs is an upgrade. McKinney's bolsters that secondary. I think we'll draft a safety. I would not be surprised if we make another safety signing like you did with the Smith brothers in 2019. We're definitely not done making moves. I think we're going to bring in either another.
We are not done yet, baby. We are not done yet, dude. 974 people watch right now. If we get to 1,000,
take your shirt off.
I'll
just die. It's over.
I'll just die. But no, we're not taking calls anymore. We're all done with this thing. But we're gonna do calls every week from now on. So be sure to call that number 3. What is it? I forget what the number is. But we're gonna do a lot more calls every week. Me and you, and when I'm alone. But big shout out to Jimmy over here. All right, Jimmy from Game On Wisconsin. There we go, buddy.
Appreciate it. First time ever got clapped for. Oh, thank you.
So what's Game On Wisconsin doing? You got any good shows coming up, or it's all trash?
All trash. No, it's we have in the season. We have Lombardi's Bar, Coast to Coast, Green and Gorgeous. Last Call Lambo still out now on the podcast. Coast to Coast goes live too. They were live earlier today. So just follow us on Game On WI on Twitter. Stuff will pop up there. Follow me, Jimmy_C08, Packer Report, Pack a Day, Game On Wisconsin stuff. Whenever
I think he died out. I don't know what happened to Jimmy.
Oh,
Jimmy,
I'm back.
Oh, you froze, bro. You froze.
Oh,
but
man.
You're back with us. But I do want to give a huge shout out to everyone who tuned in, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube. If you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. If you're on Facebook, be sure to follow and share and all those things. And the podcast is live on not live, but it's up. Apple, Spotify, everywhere that you listen to podcasts. You can check out themattramage.com, find links to all the places that I'm at. Big shout to Quick Trip sponsoring the show, you know what I mean? And I really appreciate it. I've never had more people ever before. I feel like Tom Grassi over here, baby. 974 people watching live, Jimmy. All right, we're out of this thing. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the calls. We're going to keep those calls going. Let this podcast be a voice for the people. Also, Packernet.com. They do a great podcast. They do a call-in show too. Mr. Ryan Schlip, you know what I mean? Big shout out to him. But check y'all later, all right? Go Pack, go. Thanks for tuning in. We are out. I think it might be a glitch. Is that maybe people actually watching? I don't even want to end this thing, but we're going to end this thing. I got to pee.